Hi Collective, welcome to the channel, Cosmic Divine Dreamer. Hi everyone. So this is our second portal for September, as it is September 18th. 1-8 is 9, second portal of September. So this month we have 3 on the 27th. We have another 9. So very, very powerful September. 3 energetic portals and gateways following the most powerful Lion's Gate. Major ascensions, as I've been saying, each portal is getting stronger and stronger. 10, 10, 11, 12, 12, 12, as we integrate and we raise our vibration and ascend, as we are creating the new earth at this time. 144, the leaders have been called into position and are taking their power, their control. A lot of them have been closing out and purging and releasing a lot of these traumas that they've been carrying, because a lot of them are very highly empathic star seeds and earth angels that have had to absorb and endure some of the most traumatic experiences here on this planet, because that's the foundation, is where all of the trauma and all of the darkness, and we build from that. So we've already been frontline defense, basically laying all of that dark dense energy so we can ascend upwards. So we had to be the transmuters of that. We had to heal that. So some of us have been sent to some of the most darkest places, endured the most painful situations and experiences. So it takes a little bit of time to integrate and heal from that, right? But realizing that ultimately, right, we signed up for all of it, the mirrored reflection, all of the things, the traumatic bloodlines and families that we were born into. We've been learning how to purge those things out, realizing that we are but in a mirrored reality where we are reflecting everything right back at us. So whatever it is that you're experiencing was a reflection of your inner state. So the first major part is healing that, releasing and letting go, right? So there's a lot of messages, but I don't want to get too far into this. Like, I got so deep metaphysically, as I do during the portals, and I was looking, I was going, I was revealing all of the keys, all of the secrets, everything, and then I was like, literally, it stopped at 5:20. So there's something significant about that. I just realized the time I was like dead stopped, 5:20. I'm like, you're kidding me? I've been going on and on and on for probably about 25 minutes. Right? But maybe I revealed too much, or for whatever reason, I would stop there. I have a very powerful healing frequency on too. 963 frequency is very healing. And it awakens and activates a lot, as it is the keys to the universe, 369 frequency. Right? Or the keys to the universe, 369. It's all about vibration. So it's backwards, but it's very powerful. They're showing me the water element. Told you there's this big purging out of emotions and feelings, and realizing how powerful water is. A lot of you could be realizing that water is the most powerful healing substance on planet Earth, and the fact that you are made up of mainly water, right? How powerful it is, and how water holds frequency, and you can set intentions working with water. There's a whole bunch of water magic you can do. You can start with, when you shower, release all toxins, negativeness. Think about all that stuff just coming right out of you, getting fresh water. That's why you feel so much better and refreshed after you take a shower and things like that, because a lot of times you're draining a lot of the darkness and negativeness out of your light body. And you know, sun's the most powerful, right? Water's the second. So something very powerful. You guys could be realizing that maybe for some of you, you can set intentions. Very, very creative energy around water. Reflection, kindness, and compassion. A lot of you are learning just to be more fluid with your emotions and have compassion. Because a lot of times, like, you don't want to hold on to that stuff. People do stuff to you. That's because they were broken and hurt, but for some reason you reflected that reality. So it was actually showing you a trigger or a wound that you needed to heal from within. So heal from that, so that way you don't attract that experience again, right? So there's that. So it's feeling guided to the mystic Martian oracle, as I have been working a lot with interdimensional beings, right? My star family galactic Federation, right? Getting a lot of messages. I have a very, very interesting thing that I got last night. I haven't uploaded it yet. And then another one today, because I'm like, oh my gosh, sometimes I can get very, very revealing. Like I said, I feel like I was held back in my last reading. So subscribe to the channel if you have not, if you want to get these little tidbits I'm hearing, these little secrets, these little keys, these little things that I flow into you, right? Because some of the things, once I say them, it's like it can't be unsaid. Once I reveal something to you and give you something, like it's going to unlock something for you, because I do that with my shamanistic abilities, right? Sometimes it's the frequency of my voice, or the frequency that I put on, or the colors, the combinations, and the cards that I have sacred geometry and things like that. There's all sorts of stuff, right, that can very much awaken things, right? But for whatever reason, you were guided to me, know that. And so subscribe and watch whatever content you feel guided to, especially if I'm doing like tarot readings and things like that, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is not my story, Crystal, this is not what's going on in my life. Well, maybe it's something that's going to be happening for you, or maybe it's happening because it's a strong influence and they're wanting you to have a look into, you know, somebody's energy that's surrounding you. Or maybe they just wanted you to get the guided channeled messages that I'm giving, right? Because, you know, I get a lot of different things. Yeah, do you see that on the bottom? No slipping and nuts out, the Venetians, as I very much am, right? From the planet of love, Venus, right? But this is letting me know about romance, soulmates, empathy. This is a very, very strong time for divines and soulmates to come together. So I wanted to read something that I shared. Venus is at its greatest brightness, bringing in miracles to your romantic love life and finances. I got this from the Joy of Numerology. Love is coming. Somebody sees you as their soulmate who completes them. It could be that you met this person earlier in life or reconnected later, but there was an instant connection. This person is realizing that you're the one they have a future with and want to get married to. You may have noticed that you have the same life goals. They want to take things to the next level with you and dream about being with you. Being with you feels like home to them. You always make this person feel very happy and secure. You bring this person stability. Good changes are already manifesting. If you are at a distance, this is changing. A new cycle is starting with the two of you being together. Isn't that beautiful? I was like, I felt that message and that frequency right when I seen it. Like, you'll know if that's for you or not. For some of you, like if you're already in a connection or something, there could be like this newness or this renewed, or you're falling in love with yourself. You're realizing that you're not going to put up with any type of corruption anymore. Ultimately, falling in love with yourself attracts a higher level soulmate anyways, your highest. Because the Alpha Dracona card came out, and there are a lot of corrupt, right? And these are the entities that want mass control, domination. A lot of them are in powers of position. You'll know these people. They're the chaos causers. They're the ones that work on a low vibrational frequency. I recently got the realization that they're only able to go to such a certain level of frequency. They cannot go beyond 4D, and we're ascending higher. So there's certain things they will not advance spiritually. They will not learn the keys. They will not get these keys unlocked for them. They will not get to this beautiful energy, as they're not meant to. That's how we had to create this new earth. We had to create higher. We had to go to a higher frequency, higher level, right? So corrupt, unethical cults, divine feminine birthing, fertility. This is how you get there too, which is very powerful. You be in this energy of receiving. That is very powerful, because you have to know that you're worthy enough, right, to be receiving. Like, it's very, very like, yes, you have strength when you're giving, right? But the true strength is receiving too, allowing to receive, especially in those times when you're not wanting to be vulnerable and things like that. You have to have this balance, right? This balance unlocks things for you when you're not being controlled, right? You're not focusing, you're not living life, you know, focusing with 3D mind, right? You're balancing out your masculine, your femininity. So for some of you, you could be getting new perspectives here, because some of these messages have cards. A lot of you are working through your shadow self. Your shadow side is having your ego. You got to realize to not have an ego at all. That's where you stop living life for other people. That's what ego is. When you live life for other people, that's the ego. If you look in the mirror and you're getting yourself ready for the day, are you thinking this is how I'm presenting myself going out in the world? Why? For other people to see? Because you don't see a reflection of yourself when you go out. Do you? See, I do. I love mirrors. As I've always wanted. So if I find mirrors, reflections, I'm looking at myself. I'm always taking pictures. It's different, but I've always said, like, I do it for me, not for other people. I've always loved to do my makeup all wild and things like that. I really don't like it when people comment on it, but I like it when it inspires people. If people are like, oh my gosh, like, I want to do that or whatever, like, I love how you did this, like, those are the times I like it, you know? But it's like, I don't really do it for attention. I do it for me. I do it for fun, right? And I actually love it when people are like, oh my gosh, like, you know, that... I like being different. I like being unique, but I do it for me. So anyway, what I'm getting at is that, yeah, when you let go of ego, you stop worrying and living life for other people, and you realize that you're creating your own reality. You live life for you. It's a very, very powerful thing. Feeling safe, wisdom keepers, and concern. The Garthians has been coming out, and so has the Tree of Life, integration, life lessons, emanation. Because for a lot of you, you hold secret blueprints that are very, very important. That's why a lot of lightworkers are being called into position, because you guys hold the blueprints. A lot of the frontline first defense, right? So the grays are here, utilitarian, organized, and intimidation. They've been trying to use intimidation and fear, right, to control, to manipulate, because they feed off of fear, money, resources. We're standing up to that. We're getting our power back, knowing that, yeah, you can be in the workforce and, you know, be enslaved and be a meat sack here working every single day, the grind to make money to live by till you die. Or you can realize that money is but a frequency and a vibration, and you can manifest that from within, just like with anything else. When you don't manifest in lack and loss and all of that. Our Garthians and the Octarians, right? This has definitely been very much a spiritual battle. A lot of it's unseen because a lot of people don't realize that. Golden ratio, beauty, nature, and patterns they're showing me. There's messages, curiosities, and signs you could be getting. They're showing me crop circles, which is actually a 9, realizing it's 27 as that's been coming out a lot. And we got an 11 here, the flower of life. Look at how beautiful that is. Inspiration, awe, dreams. And 33, there's been a lot of very, very powerful sorry, I got distracted. Because I was picking up the Alpha Draconas with the 3 and the 333, the Merkaba. Movement, long distance travel, and excitement. Like I was saying with your soulmates, for a lot of you, you're merging together, you're coming together. For a lot of you, you know, you're realizing this frequency, you're healing a lot of this trauma where you don't feel it anymore. And you're like, you know what? I do feel like going after what I want, or I'm not putting up with this anymore. You know, like you finally have to realize, like, people that don't respect and honor you, you have to let them go. They're holding you back. You know, it's like what you allow is what you get reflected back. So if you let people talk back to you, and if you let people mistreat you, the universe is going to give you more of that, because that's what you're reflecting outwardly, whether it's even like you're just feeling it, right? Wow. I wanted to get some more messages. Let's see what's coming out with, because each of these cards have something very powerful associated with them. The flower of life is a geometric 2D template that represents the self-organized unfolding of everything in dimensional layers of the living universe that's fractured from the micro to the macro. The geometric circular pattern with evenly based overlapping circles create a continuous 6-petaled flower design that can contain the Star of David. The hexagon shape with interlocking points that are lined up. Within the temple of the Metatron cube, and the pattern expands into fractal fashion, also dimensionally, the hypercube. The hexagon contains all 5 platonic solids of physical matter. I would read all 5 of them, but I cannot pronounce all of them. Wow, interesting. So the flower of life is a symbolic visual expression of the all and the source of the interconnects that contains and weaves all life, dimensions, and living information as above, so below. Some have equated it to the Akashic record. Some initiates often use the sacred geometry flower of life pattern as meditation modalities to evoke complex states of dimensional awareness and degree of spiritual enlightenment. So a very powerful thing could be to take a picture of this and meditate on it and listen to this frequency that I told you about. Did I? Because I had to restart the reading. But I told you you're listening to 963. The flowers of life is a simple representation of the holographic geometry and the mechanics of natural law, the consciousness awareness, and a paradigm understanding. Very beautiful, just like I'm talking about, realizing that this is but a hologram, this is but a life of mirrors. Everything is created. You created everything. Everything is energy. Like as I was talking about, I'm going to come out with it again. So a little tidbit of a secret that you get for listening to this reading, 1555, is, so I was talking about, I'm like, maybe they didn't want me to disclose that, because maybe you're supposed to find all these little secrets out. But if you guys listen to this reading 1555 seconds, and it's all those fives, here's a major change for you. So like my children, you know, because I'm a teacher of the star children, I was telling my children, I'm like, all right, so you guys, if you need to realize that you are your own universe. You are one with God. Everything within you is alive, and you're in control of your entire body, your avatar. You literally project everything outwardly into your experience of a reflection of your inner state. So you experience everything that you want. So I said, here's something. I want you just to look around at all of the things that we have. Like you can look around in the video here of all of the things that I have, right? Have you ever wondered how every single thing is created? Every single thing. Have you ever thought, how is every single thing massively created? You know, yeah, some of it's found, right? The crystals are mined, things like that. Some things are handmade. Some things are made in factories. But I was telling my children, so I'm like, just go around and show me these things, right? All these things. I'm like, so where are they all made? So they were starting to look for the labels and stuff like, oh, this was made in China. This was made, you know, all over the countries. I'm like, yeah, have you noticed how everything is like, it's made farther than where you know where it is? What makes all of these things? Factories. So they're talking about, yeah, because there's just massive factories. I'm like, are these machines just very high tech that they can make multiple items at once, or do they just make one item at a time? Things like that. So they were starting to think about that, you know, and they were like, well, there must be just like massive, you know, factory, just because everything is always outsourced, right? It just shows you, yeah, you went to Earth school, you think you know everything because of what you were told, right, to fit into this 3D matrix, but you really have to realize that this is all but an illusion. You create everything. You create everything. Everything is, if you can think it, you can create it in alternate reality, and you pull it towards you. So if you ever thought there's something that you want to buy, right? Like I wanted to get an elephant statue, so I thought, I'm going to go get it. So you go out and you start looking. And then doesn't whatever you want start to appear, or you want to buy some things, so you're like, oh, this store makes it. So you visualize yourself before you even go of that store, and then you go drive there. Everything that you're experiencing is right now. There is no past, there is no future. You literally create it as you're walking, as you're moving around. You are creating it, and you intermingle with other individuals, and you co-create together with the people that you're interconnected with, and you will experience things that you don't create that others create just by absorbing and mingling your energies, your connections. This universe is very magical. Stop thinking you know how it really works. Really start realizing that you really have the power and control to create whatever you want. You already do. Everything that you want to experience, to every item that you want to buy, everything is but, yeah. You manifested it here. It is so real. You're touching it. You're feeling it. Yeah. But you created that, and you brought it to you. You brought it right to you. Everything physically, every experience, the strongest thing is aligning all of those three. Aligning your emotions, your thoughts, what you say, you are creating. You need to align You need to know it's very powerful what you say, what you think, what you feel. Align those three. Learn it's all about frequency. Elevate. Stop thinking about fear. Stop living in ego, because as soon as you're in ego, you are giving your power away. You are one with God. You always have been. You are one with God. You're an extension of God. You're living an experience of God through you. Don't give your power away. They always wanted that. That's why I say religion gets you to pray away. Religion is all but a trick. Probably lost a bunch of you there, but that's what you got. But just think, that was the way to control us. You are one with God. You are source energy. You need to know that. So if you hung out to the end, you got that secret, definitely subscribe to the channel. Try it. Raise your vibration. No, you don't want for nothing. You want it. You're telling yourself you don't have it. So don't say, I want, I want, I want. I have. You already have it. Now envision having it. What is that feeling? What does that feel like to have that? Now watch it materialize, because your mind, you're co-creating with God, divine source energy. So when you think it and you feel it, now the divine God source gives it to you. That's it. Love and light to all of you. Bye, guys.